Alright, now day 3, it's Saturday morning here in Lakai. The Hope for Haiti board is meeting inside, and it's kind of their time to get acquainted with what's going on the ground here at a more number for number, case for case basis, and it's quite honestly boring TV. So I decided I would do some work this morning. I've logged a little bit of card 1, and what that means is each little card we have shoots about an hour of video, and we're through 3 already. We're now on our 4th. So we have about 2 hours of video left for basically one more day. Hopefully it won't take that much to shoot. But there's a lot of stuff we can't shoot down here. And we were talking at dinner last night of some high points of the day yesterday, and it went around the table, and a lot of people were bringing up obviously the good work that's being done in all the schools here and stuff like that. What struck me, 2 things that I brought up. One was a Hope for Haiti positive, and another one was just an overall day positive. The Hope for Haiti positive, you'll see in the stories, was the well that they produced for one of the schools up there in a very remote area. The next closest well than this to this is basically an hour and a half walking, and without this well, people would need to walk pretty much that far, which means they would have to carry the water back. We also saw another source of water that was clean, but pretty much just several feet away were kids playing and people washing clothes, and that's where you wash clothes, is in rivers down here. But another thing was the non-Hope for Haiti thing. What struck me is there's so much we cannot shoot down here, whether you're driving in a rocky area or you just can't turn your camera on in time. And I'm actually charging 2 batteries right now. We're using so much juice. But the other thing was when we were driving to one of the remote schools on a very rocky, I guess you could call it a road, more or less a path with a lot of holes in it, there was pretty much a big industrial truck that was hauling people and goods. They all kind of go together down here when you're traveling. And it hit one of these potholes, holes in the road. Pothole doesn't quite do it justice, and the back axle snapped and the truck tipped over. When we were there, when we drove by, it looked like the truck had been there for at least several hours, if not probably a day. And there were dozens of men constructing their own winch and using manpower to get the truck back on 4 wheels. Now, whether it could drive again after that, who knows? But when we were driving back down the mountain, the truck was on 4 wheels, and all the goods were transported away. So what you couldn't see was what happened between point A and point B, was the incredible teamwork it took to pull together and get that truck, get that obstacle out of the road and back on 4 wheels. I think that's a testament of the Haitian people. You know, a truck flipped over, and many people might say, well, what's the big deal about that? Sure, it's a local problem, but when you look at the larger problems that this country has, people do just that. They pull together. Whether it's that, or we ran into a lot of building projects where it took many men mixing cement, putting it on the roof, you know, and it was a large assembly line, dozens of men doing this. And it's that teamwork. You don't know how much these people are getting paid. They might just be doing it because their neighbor got enough money to buy cement to have a concrete roof. Who knows? But those types of things you see around here on a daily basis, and that will stick with me. So many things I wish we could show you. We're going to be going to a soccer match later today, and that will wrap up our hopefully week-long series that we can put together. And looking at the video, we've got some pretty cool stuff, and hopefully can connect with viewers back in the States. Okay, until next time, we'll see you. Hello again. We are back from the soccer match. It's our last night in Haiti. In fact, we just saw the sunset in Lakai, so the next time we see the sun in Haiti, we will be driving the long drive back to Port-au-Prince. We're leaving here at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then due to arrive back in Miami at 3 o'clock Eastern time. So that wrapped up our trip, and before the soccer match, though, something really powerful. We went to the Missionaries Charity in Lakai. It's basically an orphanage run by 7 nuns. It's one of Mother Teresa's orphanages, and a staff of about 65 others. We saw a lot lot of kids with major developmental diseases and illnesses. We unfortunately were not allowed to take any pictures, and that's been their long-standing policy, so we respected that. But certainly probably the most powerful part of the trip, and sorry that we couldn't share that with you, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. It will be filed away in my personal camcorder up here. So that wrapped up our trip. We're about to eat here in another hour. It's just after 6 o'clock, but everyone's kind of beat. I personally didn't do much today. Shot the soccer match and did some logging, but there's a lot of video to go through, so in order to condense it down into stuff that we can regurgitate for all the viewers back in Southwest Florida, we need to go through now nearly 4 hours of video. So I'll leave you with one thing that is a pretty consistent thing on the trip, and that is sweating. That is the back of my shirt today, and that was just from, I don't know, about 40 minutes or so of shooting. And I'm not normally a sweater, but my roommate Ryan will be very appreciative of the amount of back sweat that was involved in today. So until the airport in Haiti or the ride back, we will say goodnight for now.